Hi, welcome back to Spirit Lounge. Hope you guys are doing well and continuing journey through the Samyutta Nikaya. So we'll continue strong. We'll dispense with any further introduction on this, and we'll go straight into it because we've been doing this all day. So those of you guys following this will be very familiar with where we're going. We're going through two Samyuttas, the Magga and the Bojjhanga Samyutta. It's quite lengthy, this one, so apologies for the short text. The Tipitaka, as you know, is the Dhamma teachings of Buddha, compiles into 5 sections. It's the third, which is the Samyutta Nikaya, and we're going to be completing the series of videos for this today. Okay, so apologies for the small text here. I wanted to get all this on one slide, so some of them are a bit smaller than we normally expect. So the Magga Samyutta, Viha Vagga. On ignorance leading to bad karma, which is demerit, leading to wrong view, thought, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, concentration. On knowledge leading to good karma, which is gnosis, expansion, knowing, awakening, which is good karma and merit, leading to right view, thought, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. On virtuous companionship being the whole of holy life. Making use of the Noble Eightfold Path, the cessation of suffering and virtuous companionship. The benefits are the escape from the cycles of rebirth and decay, death, rebirth, sorrow and suffering. Leading towards the cessation of ill will, ignorance, greed. Divine or noble chariot as a symbol of the Eightfold Path. Shame is the pole, the mind is the reins, mindfulness is the driver, virtue is an accessory. Meditation are the axle, effort is the wheels, concentration is the horse, impermanence is an accessory. Calm, non-violence, isolation are the weapons, patience is the armour. Patience is also faith. On right thought, resolution to give up worldly things, to give up anger and violence. On right speech, avoiding lies, slander, harsh talk and useless talk. On right action, not killing, stealing. On right action, not killing, stealing, useless talk, right effort, preventing bad karma before it exists, eliminating bad karma that exists, creating new karma, new good karma. On right mindfulness, diligently controlling body and mind, right concentration, purifying the mind through meditation. The Mishata Vagga, on the 3 feelings, pleasant, unpleasant and neutral, on the Noble Eightfold Path, on the 5 chords of sense pleasure, which are forms perceived by sense consciousness. On cultivating the Noble Eightfold Path in order to unravel and extinguish the 5 chords of sense pleasure. Okay, the Patipati Vagga. On the benefit of being holy, becoming a stream winner, a once returner, a non-returner, and the eliminating of all suffering. The returner and stream winner and so forth are progressive eliminations to the rebirth. Okay, the Anna Titiya Payaya Vagga. On the purpose of the holy life, which is following Buddha's teachings in this context, being to break worldly bonds, eliminate worldly propensities, i.e. tendencies and paradigms of existing repeating behaviors, action, word, thoughts and intentions. Deeply understand time, or the non-essence of time in spirit, benefits of enlightenment, gain knowledge, gain freedom from all clinging, Noble Eightfold Path. The Eka Dhamma Payala Vagga. On noble companionship, on virtue, on resolve, on understanding of self, on true view, on intellectual ability, which is wisdom, and one important thing is the effort to progress in the Noble Eightfold Path, and using this important thing to develop right view and right concentration. Dutiya Ganga Payala Vagga. On the parable of the river Ganges, meaning as the river Ganges slopes towards the east, so too the disciple upon the Noble Eightfold Path slopes towards the elimination of suffering. On the Noble Eightfold Path and developing right view and right concentration to eliminate ill will, ignorance and greed. So it's using another metaphor there to explain it. Okay, the Pamada Payala Vagga. On the sun, Adiko, as the only thing overcoming darkness, and diligence being the greatest and most useful of all virtues. Diligence is patience, persistence, and making merit and making progress, cultivating the noble eightfold path with isolation and calm, dispassion, deathlessness, and nibbana. Balakaranya Vagga. On all undertakings requiring strength, being based upon the formation of the earth element. On the great undertaking of travelling upon the Noble Eightfold Path based upon the foundation of virtues and developing right view and right concentration with isolation and calm, dispassion, deathlessness and nibbana. We've heard this before, it's a repeating pattern. Asana Vagga. On the three types of floods or desires, or the flood of the large vast mass that we must overcome. Sense desire, the sense of worldly existence, the desire for heavenly existence. On the three types of discriminations, notions of superiority, inferiority and equality. On the three types of flows, sense desire, the desire for worldly existence and the desire for heavenly existence, yet again. On the three forms of mind, forms of mind, form, bodily form, mental form. Three types of suffering, suffering based upon path, suffering based upon the nature of the world, and the three stubborn evils, ill will, ignorance and greed. On using Noble Eightfold Path on the three impurities, stains, taints and sins, ill will, ignorance and greed, the three woes which are grievous things, sufferings, ill will, ignorance and greed, three feelings, sensations, feelings of sensations, perceptions, pleasant, unpleasant and neutral. On the three cravings for existence, sense desire, the desire for world existence, and again the desire for heavenly existence. Okay, the Ogavagga. On the four fetters, which are bonds, the senses, craving for existence, doctrine and ignorance. On the four types of the attachment, sense attachment, false doctrine attachment, useless ritual attachment, identity few attachment. On the four fetters, coveting, anger, useless ritual, senses. On the seven propensities, sense craving, anger, doctrine, doubt, perception, propensity for becoming, and propensity to overlook. On the five chords of sense pleasure, sense consciousness. Of the ear, eye, nose, tongue, body, and consciousness, which is the mind, mental consciousness. On the five hindrances, which is passion, ill will, indolence, anxiety, and doubt. Five holding masses with the five aggregates, which is the bodily form, perceptions, sensations, clinging and craving, and the mind, mental consciousness. On the five low fetters, identity view, doubt, attachment to empty rituals, sense desire, and ill will, as we've already stated, which is anger. And anger could be anger. Five fetters, desire for worldly rebirth, desire for heavenly rebirth, pride, restlessness, which is impatience, ignorance of the four noble truths. You should know sufferings, you should abandon origins, you should attain cessations, you should practice the path. Okay, Bojjhanga Samyutta. Pabhata Vagga. On how to develop the seven factors of enlightenment. Mindfulness, investigation into Buddha's teaching, vitality, joy, serenity, concentration, and equanimity. On the five hindrances, passion, ill will, indolence, anxiety, doubt, again we've seen this before, and what sustains them, lack of mindfulness regarding pleasing forms, the undesirable, dissatisfaction, sluggishness of mind and body, things increasing anxiousness, increasing uncertainty, decreasing uncertainty, seven factors of enlightenment, mindfulness, investigation into Buddha's teaching, vitality, joy, serenity, concentration, and equanimity, fairness. Udaya Vagga. On seven factors of enlightenment, mindfulness, investigation into Buddha's teaching, vitality, joy, serenity, concentration, and fairness, equanimity, leading to liberation, leads to the strengthening of enlightened factors. Nivarana Vagga. Not corrupting the mind, increasing wisdom, and conducing to the attainment of enlightenment. leading to true insight and increase of wisdom and decrease of suffering and attainment of enlightenment. Again, it's repeating passages over and over again. I don't think we need to go into in-depth explanation of these because they're kind of self-explanatory if you're listening to them. Kakavati Vagga, on how all who have defeated the three evils, ill will, ignorance and greed, do so by cultivating the seven factors of enlightenment. Sakavaga, on the five hindrances, as we know, passion, ill will, indolence, anxiety and doubt, and what sustains them: lack of mindfulness regarding pleasing forms, lack of mindfulness regarding the undesirable, so it's basically to be mindful of your action, word, thoughts and intention, desires and attractions, dissatisfaction, sluggishness of mind and body, things increasing anxiousness, things increasing uncertainty and decreasing certainty, on the seven factors of enlightenment: mindfulness, investigation into Buddha's teaching, vitality, joy, serenity, concentration, equanimity, fairness, and causing those in existence to strengthen. On what leads to the decrease of the seven factors of enlightenment? On the five hindrances being 10 hindrances, each of the five hindrances having an internal and external aspect. On the seven factors having an internal and external aspect. On how the five hindrances, passion, ill will, indolence, anxiety and doubt, hinder the remembrance of Buddha's wisdom, and how a mind not hindered by the five hindrances is not hindered in remembrance. Anapana Vagga, on one benefit, two benefits: great advantage, security of severing bonds, feeling of urgent purpose, and well-being that comes from understanding the insight and insight regarding the discolored corpse when cultivating through the seven factors of enlightenment. Mindfulness, investigating Buddha's teachings, vitality, joy, serenity, concentration, and equanimity, as we've already been through. Nirodha Vagga, on the one benefit, two benefits. Again, it's similar here. We'll continue where it hasn't added. Insight regarding death when cultivating through the seven factors here. Regarding aversion to food when cultivated through the seven factors. Insight regarding dissatisfaction when cultivated through the seven factors. Understanding insight and regarding the impermanence when cultivated through the seven factors. Insight regarding suffering when cultivated through the seven factors. Insight regarding renunciation of the world. Insight regarding passionlessness. Insight regarding annihilation of nibbana from the seven factors when diligently and carefully cultivated through the seven factors. This is just a very, very long-winded passage. Apamada Vagga, on the Buddha being the foremost being amongst all beings. Essential for making progress is cultivating the seven factors of enlightenment, which are right view, concentration, right concentration, with isolation, dispassion and deathlessness. Balakaraneya Vagga, on all undertakings requiring strength being based upon the foundation of the earth element. On the great undertaking of cultivating the seven factors of enlightenment being based upon the foundation of virtues and developing right view and right concentration with isolation, calm, dispassion, deathlessness, nibbana. Isana Vagga, on three types of floods: desires, as we know, sense desire, the desire for worldly existence and heavenly existence. On the seven factors of enlightenment to overcome ill will, ignorance and greed, right view, right concentration, isolation, calm, leading towards nibbana, as the seven factors. On three types of flows: sense desire for worldly existence and heavenly existence. On the three types of suffering based upon pain, suffering based upon nature of the world, and suffering upon change. On the three stubborn evils: ill will, ignorance and greed. The three impurities: stains, taints and sins. Ill will, ignorance and greed. Impurities being stains, taints and sins, and then ill will, ignorance and greed. Three woes: griefs and suffering, ill will, ignorance and greed, and the three feelings which are pleasant, unpleasant and neutral. Three worldly cravings for existence: sense desire, worldly existence and heavenly existence. Again, it's repeated in this passage almost twice. Okay. Oga Vagga, on the four fetters, the senses, craving for existence, doctrine, ignorance. On the five causes of sense pleasure, sense consciousness of the ear, eye, nose, tongue, mind, body. On the five holding masses, bodily form, perceptions, sensations, clinging, craving, and consciousness. On the Buddha being the foremost being among all other beings. On all undertakings requiring strength based upon the foundation of the earth element. On the four types of attachment, sense attachments, false doctrine, ritual attachment, identity, view attachment. Okay, and so thank you again for listening to this. Spiritual transformation is your own, and you are the redemption and salvation in which you seek. There won't be an external party coming to save you. This does not occur and has never occurred. Man has not been saved since even the time of Christ. Christ gave life through because of the ignorance of humanity and the paradigms of control that were there that were threatened by the words that came from the body of Christ. Okay, thank you so much for listening to this. I appreciate it. I want to say God bless and thank you to you all. Until next time, thank you.